Habana. This is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street out of Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. You understand this is the Isupk Houston Wednesday Law class. What I want to do is, of course, I for the past couple weeks, you know what I'm saying, that I've been teaching, I like to provide like a precursor into what I like to provide a precursor into what we're going to be getting into. So as the title says, you know, why should we avoid the church, and whose side are you on? You understand? I see time and time again, you know, our people are destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Being in that Christian church, everything that goes on in the church, you understand, it really kind of goes without saying. You know, with all the stuff going on in the church, you can tell that the Lord is not in the midst. You can tell the Spirit of the Lord does not dwell in there, even though, you know, it's a place that you can go to where you may feel like it may make you feel good. It kind of gives you this fix, you understand, from, you know, all week long, all the things that you may have done wrong. You go to the Christian church, it gives you this fix. Well, I'm here to tell you that, you understand, that's not the place to get fixed. There's so much stuff going on in the church. The pastors, you know, been taking the money. You understand what I'm saying? The pastors don't really care about you, man. The best place to go is a place where your people, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, truly care about the liberation of Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. And when I mean by liberation, I don't mean it in the sense of how you know, America has used the word. I'm talking about your salvation. You know what I'm saying? Being liberated from your enemies in this place and not caring about a dollar, because that's what your Christian pastors do. They accept anybody to come in because all they care about is green. They don't care about your, like, they don't care about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians being saved, man, from this oppression. You understand? So your average black pastor is a coon. So you got to decide whose side are you on. You understand? So that's what we're going to go in today. I'm going to go ahead and drop the song, and then we're going to get right into it.
400 plus years of atrocious acts. We suffering PTSD throughout our generations from the trauma and war crimes committed against us. We still being lynched. We still being hunted. We still oppressed. Kissing our boots is the least you devils can do. Gotta watch my step, cause our enemies cowardly creep, and they hunt us when we go on the streets, full of lies and deceit. See the beast trying to devour the sheep. Wicked devils love to prey on the weak, so you gotta be wise and see the lies in they philosophies, living out these biblical prophecies. They press their knees on the dying man. We went from chains to prison, and from the pot to a frying pan. At the border, families torn apart. These crackers gotta suffer, Lord forgive me for my carnal thoughts. They hung us while they took our ladies to rape, then turned around and used our babies for bait. I can't think straight. How much more it's gonna take? They evil crimes justify the hate. Nigga, that's the proof. I thank the Lord for this truth. I tell these crackers this what they can do. Devil, kiss our boots. Do what the scriptures say to do, so my people know these prophecies are true. Devil, kiss our boots and show an act of humility. 400 plus years of captivity. Kiss our boots for all the pain and oppression, for all the lies and deception. Devil, kiss our boots. Get on your knees and your hands and lick up the dust, you understand?
Hey yo, I don't think they understand. We Yasha Allah, Prince of the Power, mic in my hand. These heathen nations, they gon' serve us and bow down. In Texas, we gon' milk these Gentiles, it's Cowtown. Israelites gon' take the kingdom, Esau in trouble too. You quick to say that you my brother, we gon' be lords over you. You a liar and a thief, you gon' have to pay for that. You a dog, get on all fours, you a snake a rat. You gon' learn to follow orders from these priests and prophets. Righteousness gon' cover the earth and can't no devil stop it. You say you sorry, but I ain't got nothing to say to you till you apologize the way the Bible tell you to. And I don't give a damn about your little children. All the love I got go to my nation and we building. The sons that afflicted us, they gon' bend the knee and behave. Fall down before the children are slain.
Devil, kiss our boots. Do what the scriptures say to do, so my people know these prophecies are true. Devil, kiss our boots and show an act of humility. 400 plus years of captivity. Kiss our boots for all the pain and oppression, for all the lies and deception. Devil, kiss our boots. Get on your knees and your hands and lick up the dust, you understand? This place completely a circus, defeat the purpose and them demons are lurking. I see my people hurting. I pray the Lord send them evils and curses and cut our enemies, no slack. With no remorse, they shoot us in our back. We in the midst of snares, don't dare make any fault. And forget about them lies that you were taught. With no regard for the old, no show favor for our youth. These devils using us for target practice like we bulletproof. Commit mass genocide, or they throw us all in cages to the neighborhoods and gentrify. Prepare slaughter for their crimes, it's a death offense. And vengeance is the Lord, they for sure get their recompense. Here is the patience and the faith, they evil crimes justify the hate. Nigga, that's the proof. I thank the Lord for this truth. I tell these crackers this what they can do. Devil, kiss our boots. Do what the scriptures say to do, so my people know these prophecies are true. Devil, kiss our boots and show an act of humility. 400 plus years of captivity. Kiss our boots for all the pain and oppression, for all the lies and deception. Devil, kiss our boots. Get on your knees and your hands and lick up the dust, you understand? Devil, kiss our boots.
Y'all clap it up. All right, Most High in Christ. So again, like I said, in the precursor, we're gonna get into why these churches, you understand, why you should avoid these churches, and how they're no good, and also what side are you on. I'm looking at this article from the Washington Post, right? And so the title of the post, the title of it, well, at the top, the heading, it says, "You give religions more than $82.5 billion a year." You understand? I had did some research, and if I'm not mistaken, I could be off a little bit, but I believe since the 1970s, and it could be more by now, especially if it's $82.5 billion a year. Since the 1970s, the Christian church accumulated more than $700 billion. More than $700 billion. Just let's put this number in perspective. The churches all across the earth, right? The Christian church, when I say Christian, I'm talking about all religions, because all of them are Christian. All of it is like Muslim, Catholic, no matter what denomination you are, Buddhist, Baptist, Seventh-day Adventist, name some more. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Church of Christ, what else? Lutheran, Pentecostal. Man, there was one I used to work. I used to do security for. I can't remember. Say that again. Episcopal. You understand? Like all these different denominations of churches, all together, they bring in a total of 700 billion plus a year. 700 billion plus since 1970s. You understand? Should I bring the mic closer? More than 700 billion since then. You understand what I'm saying? And this post from the Washington Post says you give religions more than 82.5 billion a year, right? So I'm gonna look in it. I'm gonna read a little bit into it. It says Matt Iglesias thinks we ought to start taxing churches. Whichever faith you think is the one true faith, it's undeniable that the majority of this church spending is going to support false doctrines. Now this is, you know what I'm saying? Now this is from the white man. You understand? Because y'all don't like to listen to us. Y'all don't like to listen to the ISUPK. But maybe if a white man said, maybe y'all listen. You understand? He says, whichever faith you think is the one true faith, is undeniable that the majority of this church spending is going to support false doctrines, he notes. Even if you did direct the money toward one true faith, it'll still be a bad idea, as upgrading a church's physical plant doesn't enhance the soul-saving capacity of its clergy. So what this is saying is, even if they just came out with one mega church, the church of the earth, right? The Christian church of the earth, that would be the name of it. And Pentecostals and Episcopals and Baptists, Seventh-day Adventists, Catholics, all of them came together under this one mega church of the earth, right? It's still, it said, what did he say? Upgrading the church physical plant doesn't enhance the soul-saving capacity of its clergy, meaning it don't matter if you get all these people together, it really ain't gonna help the people because it's still a false doctrine. Like, you're not saving anybody. You're not saving nobody. Like, what is the purpose of these churches? Like, we gotta ask ourselves, if the Christian church was that actually the answer, then why are there so many of them? And why are there so many in one neighborhood? You got, like in every neighborhood, you got at least 4 or 5 churches. I know in the neighborhood I grew up in, let me see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 in my neighborhood. And the neighborhoods ain't that big. You got more, matter of fact, I think it's only about 2, maybe 3 gas stations in the hood. But you got 4 churches. So you got more churches than gas stations. What's the purpose? So I know the purpose of having many gas stations. I mean, I can only assume that the same reason why there's many gas stations is the same reason why there's many churches. Can anyone guess? Anybody? Y'all want to give it a shot? Why are there so many churches in the hood just like there are gas stations? If you know the reason why it's that many gas stations, then you would know it's the same reason why there's many churches. Nobody know? What you got? Y'all got a mic over there? Go ahead. You got to make sure it's on.
To take your money.
To take your money and what? Because all of them can make money, but they're there to do what?
And to, how can I say it? To deter our people.
No, look, think about, okay, let's talk about the gas stations. The gas stations, all of the gas stations make some money, right? Because it's kind of like whichever one is closer to your house or whichever one you closer to at that time you're going to go to. But they're in what with each other? I'm trying not to give you the answer.
Competition?
They're in competition with each other. That's why you may see one lower it down, you know, a half a cent, not much. One may lower it down a cent or a half a cent versus the other one. Or this one has a higher reputation than the other one. You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing that the Christian churches do. That you got 4 of them in the neighborhood. All of them have some form of members. Because if they didn't have no members, then they wouldn't be there. Because they wouldn't be bringing in no money, right? Does that make sense? So all of them have some form of members, and usually it starts with the family. So it starts within the family. When a person makes a church, especially black churches, and those be the ones in the black, predominantly in the black neighborhood, right? When they first start off, it'd be a family business. The father usually say, or the grandpa usually say, okay, we're going to make this church. We're going to come in. We're going to have this service. It's amongst us. It kind of usually start off as a little house. You know what I'm talking about? It started was a small building or a house, and then it starts to grow. Because, you know, you may get a couple members, you know, a couple of older members that say, hey, you know, I'm going to check out this little church. And I like how this Pastor T, so that you get all 2 members, they giving up their whole check every week. They giving up all their money, right? That's all it takes. Now the rent getting paid. Now you can do some renovations. Now you can do some upgrades. Now this small house starts to become a little, you know, a nice little mid-sized building. You know what I'm saying? Now you got more people coming in. Now, you know, word of mouth. Oh, I like this little church over here. Come on, visit over here. Come on, visit over yonder. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got, you know, aunties and cousins that live down the street coming to visit. So now it's starting to grow. Now you're getting stragglers, people that just, you know, hey, it's a church here. I got some confessions, or I got some things going on in my heart. Let me just sit down in here. I don't want to go to a bigger church because I don't need everybody knowing my business. I just want to come sit in this church and get my sins cleansed, right? That's how they thinking. So now you're getting all these people. You got the cousins, you got the family, you got the friends of the family. Now you got strangers that come in that don't know nothing about who there and living there. I mean, who's a part of the family. They just there to get, you know, try to get that service, to get that good feeling. Eventually, the church grows and grows and grows because it's sucking up all the money in the neighborhood from these poor people that's at the bottom. Now your church go from a small little building. It's a business. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? Just like the gas stations. It's a business, man. That's what that church is doing. It don't matter that the church is not there because, you know, the pastor or whoever's running the church wants to liberate our people out of this hell. They're there to run a business. It's a family business. It's a small business. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these churches took out those business loans. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with getting a business loan, but it's a business. You understand what I'm saying? And it's ran off donations, so the money that they get is what? Tax-free. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the whole point of the Christian church. Now, let me get into, and that's outside of, you know, some of the other stuff that go on in the Christian church. But let me pull a couple of scriptures. We're going to get back on the Christian church, right? Give me Acts 7, and we're going to start at 45. Let me check online. If you have any questions, make sure you type your questions in. I'm going to get to them when I can. I'm going to be checking frequently. Hold on. Let me see. Get to it when I can. Okay. So I'm going to be checking in frequently to make sure to see if there's any questions in the flow of the lesson. Let me check on Facebook real quick. I just checked on YouTube. Let's see what we got going on Facebook. When you got that scripture, you can go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 45. Which also our fathers that came after brought in with Yahushua into the possession of the Gentiles, whom God drave out before the face of our fathers, until the days of David. Mm-hmm. Verse 6, who found favor before God.
Verse 6?
46.
46, okay.
Who found favor before God and desired to find a tabernacle for the God of Jacob. 47. But Solomon built him an house.
But Solomon built him a what?
An house.
You understand? So they were looking for something, they were desiring to, you know, find a tabernacle, a building. You understand what I'm saying? It said the God of Jacob, for the Most High. They're trying to find a building so that they can do worship in, just like these Christian churches. You understand what I'm saying? But it says, but Solomon built him a house. Now read 48. So they were looking for anything to come and have a place where they thought that was sufficient for the Most High in worship. That's just like how do most of these Christian churches start off? As a what? I just said it. Go ahead.
A house.
As a house. You know what I'm saying? It starts off as a house because what? They have the service and they live in the same place that they have the church. You understand? That's where they live at. That's their home. That's their place most of the time, especially these small black-owned churches. It usually start off as a house. Go ahead. Verse 48.
Verse 48. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet.
Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Why is it saying that? I'm gonna see if one of you got it. I'm gonna be surprised if one of y'all can get it. Why is it saying howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands? Go ahead.
Because the kingdom of heaven is within us.
Give him a hand. Good night. That brother right there. That brother right there. You understand? That's why he's an officer of 500. You understand what I'm saying? Because our bodies is a temple. The kingdom of God is within us. You understand what I'm saying? So if we are doing everything that we're supposed to do righteously and we are ordained to teach these scriptures, wherever we go, that's where the Most High is. Does that make sense? So now, if you're not following these laws, statutes, commandments, and you're not ordained to teach these scriptures, then guess what? Wherever you go, the Lord is not. So these Christian pastors, how is the Most High in these churches when they're not even with the Christian pastor? You understand what I'm saying? These Christian pastors doing all manner of wickedness. Who all grew up in the Christian church in here? We all grew up in the Christian church. Who all got some type of story of some wickedness that they've seen in the church? That's one. So out of y'all ain't witnessed no wickedness? Not even no homosexuality, no nothing. I'm talking about like when I say grew up in the church, I'm talking about was you like really in the church, like coming faithfully every Sunday or every Saturday? So you mean to tell me it wasn't no homosexuals in your church? Okay, see, that's one, that's two. And it's, give her, can you say that in the mic, please, sis, if you could? Who was the homosexual in the church?
The choir director.
The choir director. You know what I'm saying? Give her a hand. You understand? Sometimes you have to think about it. I know it might have been a long time, but sometimes it's usually the choir director or that organ player. That organ player, man, I'm telling you, they like listen. They don't get me wrong. They be getting down with the like they be hitting the keys, but they be as flaming as you can get a bag of Cheetos, a bag of hot Cheetos. You understand what I'm saying? And that is wickedness, man. Why? Because the Christian pastor don't give a damn. Because the Lord is not with that Christian pastor. If the kingdom of God is within us, our temples have to be clean, man. Our temples can't be dirty. Give me 1 Corinthians 6:15. You can't go out and teach this word, and you can't go out and wake up our people and liberate our people out of this hell if your temple is dirty. You can't. I don't give a damn how clean you build the church. I don't care. That's why it says, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. It don't matter what your hands build. It's what's in you. You can be like, we have a school here. This building was made with hands, but the Lord is with us. And we don't call this a church. This is a school. This is where you learn. We have a school setting where you can come in and take notes. You can come and ask your questions. You come here to learn. You don't come here to just get a good feeling and leave. You come here to actually learn about your culture. That's a school. You understand? The Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge, not the Church of Episcopal Christ in the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Like they be having all these catchy names, but the Lord ain't even in this place, man. In that place. Read what you got.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ?
Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ? Your bodies are the members of Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Like all of us together, we're one body. One body in who? Christ. You understand what I'm saying? That's how we're supposed to be. We can't be divided. We can't be over here saying that, oh, we one body in Christ, but then you got the church, and you got a church, and you got a church. Man, it was something I seen. It was like, you get us something, and you get us something. Like, so, like, everybody got a church, but the Lord is with everybody? But y'all teaching different denominations and different things, and your church is different. Well, if that's the case, then why is it not just one church? You understand what I'm saying? Why is it not just one church if the Christian church was the answer? And the Christian church has been around for a long time. I can't give you the exact number right offhand, but somebody can look it up for me. Maybe during class while we in here, one of y'all can look it up. How long has the Christian church, you can go back as far as you can, Catholic, whatever, it's been around for a long time. We talking at least 1600s, right? At least that. Probably before. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, if that was the truth, we would have been out of this captivity. Christ would have been came back already. Our people would have already been liberated if the church was the truth, if the church was the answer. You understand what I'm saying? Read where we at?
Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot?
You see that? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of a harlot? That's what your Christian pastors are doing. You are bastardizing our culture. You are joining the one body to a harlot when you have these churches and have all this iniquity in these churches. You got molestation, you got adultery, you got homosexuality, you got pork eaters, you got crawfish eaters, all these unlawful foods. You got whatever you want in the church. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people may not have witnessed like the molestation, because I'm not going to sit here and say every single individual church has had a case of it. But we can definitely pull the records, y'all. We can pull the records of these, especially, like, listen, the damn Catholic Pope, listen, y'all know what he be doing to them babies? Y'all know what he be doing to them babies. You understand? That's Christianity. And it's a lot of this stuff going on in the black churches too. They just don't talk about it. We for sure know that adultery is going on. They be bringing the wives back into them quarters. You understand what I'm saying? And they be telling them, you know, getting counsel from them, what should I do? And do. He was like, you know what you should do? You should leave them. And then as soon as you tell them, you that same day that the pastor tell that woman she should leave her man, that woman will be over there at that pastor house. Or they be meeting up somewhere in a goddamn hotel, and there'll be a whole scandal going on. And he'll do it with multiple women. So now the women in the church hating each other because they all done had a piece of the pastor, and they mad and jealous. And then, you know, the husband find out. It was a video, man, I wish I had it to play it. It was a video where the man had found out that his wife was sleeping with the pastor. And he confronted the pastor. I don't know if y'all seen that video. I wish I could play it, but I know some of y'all may have seen it. The man confronted the pastor. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and it was another a scandal where the woman had came forth and said how the pastor was just, you know, having his way with him. It's been multiple scandals in the Christian church. Ain't no righteousness there. So why be in a place where there's no righteousness? You know, now if you want to do it, I'm not here to force you to do nothing you don't want to do. But I'm here to show you the truth versus a lie. And the Christian church is a lie. It ain't nothing but scandals. It ain't nothing but just sin in this place. Now, are you truly sincere about really finding out, having your, like as you would say, closer relationship with the Lord? If you're really sincere about that, then you're not going to be in a place like that, because that place is going to drive you further away from the Most High, not bring you closer. Because you can't, like, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Keep reading.
God forbid.
God forbid. You see what I'm saying? Even it's in the scriptures. You see that was right on point. God forbid. Go ahead.
Verse 16. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body?
Mm-hmm.
For two, saith he, shall be one flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit.
But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. That's why in the Isupk, we got schools all over the earth. But we all teach the same doctrine, and we all make sure our houses are clean. What's your house? Your body, your temple. All of our temples are clean. When we go out and teach this truth, no matter where we at, we make sure our bodies are clean. We make sure we're not out here eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. We make sure we're not out here committing adultery. We make sure we're not out here committing any sins, because that's how you bring forth the spirit. That's the spirit of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 18. Flee fornication.
It says flee fornication, meaning flee from all this wickedness. Don't go near it. If you know it exists in this place, get away from it. If you know there's a homosexual choir director, get away from that place. Flee fornication. What did Job do? Job eschewed evil. He was so righteous that he didn't want no part. If it looked like it was a sin, he didn't want to even be around it. Right. If it looked like it could be, like if he thought his kid, he made burnt offerings unto the Lord because his kids was hanging out together in the house for I don't know how many days in a row, but he don't know what's going on over there. But just in case, he made burnt offerings unto the Lord. Because he didn't know what they was doing. They could have been in there doing all type of stuff. They probably was in there playing Naked Twister. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no telling what the hell was going on. Let me just make this burnt offering unto the Lord just in case. Because he eschewed evil. You should have that mindset. You should have the mindset that, you know what, I don't even want to think about being in a place like that. I want to stay far away from a place like that because I know what goes on in this place. And I know this place don't mean no good for me. Why would I want to be somewhere where it ain't no good for me? They don't care about me. They don't care about, you know, if I'm going to be saved or not. Why do I want to be in a place where I know I can go where these people, these men of the Lord truly, genuinely care about me and care about my people. Why would you go to a place that says, who the hell cares about Trayvon Martin? Why would you go to a place like that? You understand what I'm saying? I'll go to a place I feel comfortable. Well, I know, because guess what? I feel like I am Trayvon Martin. I am Mike Brown. I am Alton Sterling. I could be that any day of the week. At any time I step out of my house, that could be me. So why would I want to be in a place that says that? Why would I want to be in a Christian church where the Bible says homosexuality is a sin, eating pork is a sin, all this stuff is a sin? Why would I want to be in a place like that? I got to get far away from that place. That's when you truly have the Spirit of the Lord on you. When you start to come to that realization, like, you know what, I can't be in this place. Something don't feel right. It's not right. They just care about my money, or they just let all type of wickedness go on here, or they just accept anybody when the Bible says separate from these people. They got white people in the church where the Lord says separate from these people. I got to get up out of here. This ain't the place for me. But I know a place where you can come, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, where you will be accepted, where the men that protect this place do care about you and do put their life on the line for your salvation. That's a place where you should want to be. That's one body, and the Spirit of the Lord dwells there. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's where we supposed to be at. And I don't even have to say that place. We know what it is. Keep reading.
Wakan. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body.
Everything that you do on your own is without the body, right? So, like, just an example, this ain't none of y'all, but I'll take myself because I don't want to use nobody. If I was to leave here and go do some wickedness, I'm not doing this in front of y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all. Y'all not with me when I go commit this sin, right? But I'm still a part of the body. Even though if I go commit a sin, I'm without the body. Keep reading.
Wakan. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
You see that? But if I go commit fornication, I'm sinning against my own body. Even though what I do is without y'all. Y'all don't take part in what I do. I'm doing, if I do something wrong, it's affecting everyone. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's one body. One body have many members. Like Captain Yatazak had broke it down so eloquently. If I chop off my finger, and my finger is over here now, what is that finger? Is that finger a part of the body? What is that? It's just a member. It's just a member without the body. You understand what I'm saying? But if, it's the body still remains intact. You understand what I'm saying? So there's no such thing as, oh, I'm a member without the body, but I'm still a part of the body. No, once you start to go sin and do your own thing, you start to separate yourself from that body. But what you do, especially behind closed doors, it still affects the whole body. And we all get punished for it. That's why when the Lord come down with punishments, who get punished? Do individuals get punished, or do all of Israel get punished? All of us, because we're one body. To the Lord, we all his children. You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's important for us to go out here and teach our people that's doing wrong and the ones that, want to do right, because the ones that's doing wrong is affecting us all. We all the Lord's children. So why would I stand? Because, I get this a lot, especially, on social media when we going and correcting people. Why you got to worry about us? Just worry about what you're doing. Well, listen, what you're doing is affecting all of us as a whole. You're the reason why Christ can't come back. You're the reason why we in this captivity. I was a reason at one point until I started realizing, okay, damn, I need to figure out what's going on. I need to come back to my culture and figure out, I'm sinning against our Father. That's what we all need to do. All of us as children need to come back and say, you know what, I'm tired of sinning against the Father. We need to come together as children and say, let's stop doing this. Let's get right. Let's hold each other accountable. When you see something wrong, tell that sister. You see a sister, showing off all her body and all her assets, tell that sister, especially you other ladies, if you got a friend that she just be out here wilding out, talk to that sister like, girl, why you be doing all that? You be having your breast all out, your butt all out. What are you doing? You really think these men value you? You really think you got you one, huh? That man you just got last night at the club, you think he the one, huh? That man don't give a damn about you. And then she gonna surely realize it, because soon as she give up the box, she ain't gonna hear nothing from him no more. Because that's all she is to him, is a piece of meat. Now, do you want to value yourself? Now, I'm not saying if you cover yourself up, you ain't gonna get men trying to talk to you. But there's a difference. Because when you definitely go out with your body out, they definitely don't see your personality. They could give a damn about your personality, sis, or how much you make them laugh, or how beautiful your smile is. He looking at only one thing. He ain't worried about your personality. Keep reading.
Colonel Wakan, verse 19. What? Know you not that your body is the temple of the Holy...
Hold on, what? Your body is the what?
Is the temple.
Your body is the temple. That's why it says, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. It's not about the building that you make or create. That's not what the Lord is. The Lord is within you. If you're doing righteousness, the Spirit of the Lord is within you. But if you're doing wickedness, what is in you? Is it the Spirit of the Lord? What is it then? What did Mike at? Say it again.
A demon.
A demon or demons. Give her a hand. That's absolutely correct. That's what's in you when you're doing wickedness, not the Spirit of the Lord. You understand? Keep reading real quick.
Colonel Wakan. Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not of... and ye are not your own.
You are not your own. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's talk about those demons. So we talked about, when you in the righteous spirit, when you doing right and you not sinning, and you know what I'm saying, you doing what you're supposed to do, then guess what? You're going to have the Spirit of the Lord on you. But when you sinning, then them demons going to be on you. That's the spirit that you're going to have in you. Give me Matthew 12 and 43.
Colonel Wakan.
See, now this is why, you understand, this is why it's important to hold each other accountable. You got to stay out that Christian church because they definitely don't have the Spirit of the Lord on them. Because if they had the Spirit of the Lord on them, they wouldn't, for one, need to have they wouldn't want to separate. They wouldn't want to have different, teach different things. They wouldn't allow the wickedness and all the atrocities that, happen in the church. They wouldn't allow it. It's no different from, let me ask y'all something. Do y'all feel like there's any good cops out there? It's a loaded question. Give her the mic.
No,
I'm going to ask you why.
because when bad things happen, they do nothing about
Give
it.
her a hand. Y'all just on point today. I mean, good night. What happened? Like, what's going on? The Spirit of the Lord is definitely here. You understand what I'm saying? That's absolutely correct. Because technically, yeah, you may say there's good cops, right? Because they don't go out beating on, on blacks and, beating us down and shooting us down. But guess what? When something does happen, they like, well, blue lives matter. I stand, that's my brother, my comrade. They don't get behind, you understand? Now, even if you do get a couple that go out and, protest, they still are not doing anything to change. What is the famous phrase that black cops, especially black cops, right? Because that's what we're talking about, our people, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian cops, they get in the force, that especially from the hood or, that feel like what the white cops are doing are wrong. What is the first thing that they say? Give her the microphone. I mean, I'm not even surprised anymore.
That
Go
they're going
ahead.
to make a difference.
That they're going to make a difference and do what? They're going to go in there and try to change it from the inside. They're going to try to change. I'm going to get in the force and I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to go in the machine and try to change the machine within. How in the hell are you one person? You're going to go into this full-blown machine, this ruthless machine, and you're going to change this machine, you by yourself, single-handedly. You're going to go in there and change this machine from within. That is absolutely nuts. You have lost your damn mind. This system is in place, and it's been in place for a long time. Do you know how many so-called black police officers went into this force trying to change the system from within and failed? Every last one of them. Because there's been black cops. There's been, black cops that say they're going to change it from within. Has it changed yet? We in 2021. I don't see a change. Now, y'all tell me if y'all see a change. Please, somebody let me know. It ain't changed yet. And it took one person to say, I'm going to change it within. Now, it's so many of them. And it still ain't changing. And it's not going to change. So now what you should do, once you realize that, you know what, and it's okay to, players mess up. It's all right. You get in there, you like, man, I'm going to change it from within. I can do it. And you try to do it, and you fail. Now what you should do, what? This ain't for me, cause this ain't, I need to stand. Like, whose side are you on? What, if it's not working, you need to leave that. If you tried to change it, you know what? Who am I to say you was not in the right spirit? I don't know. But once you realize there's no change, you should leave that police force. You should get out of that wickedness. I mean, come on now, George Floyd, Derek Chauvin, I even hate to say his name. You understand what I'm saying? But that cop got 22.5 years for kneeling, for killing our brother, literally kneeling on this man's neck for almost 9 minutes. This man was begging out for his mama. I can't get over that. I just, as a grown man, when I heard that, when I saw it, I remember when it first happened, I didn't even want to look at the video. It took me a couple days to even go look at the video. And then when I looked at the video, man, it was like, damn, this man was just begging out for his mama. You know how evil you have to be lenient? And not only that, I just can't unsee it. This man had his hand in his pocket, right? What you think his hand was in his pocket for? You think he was digging for some change? His hand was in his pocket because he's trying to put more leverage on the knee that's leaning on his neck. He's trying to put all his weights, and that's how he kept his balance. While this man's life is just slowly being sucked out of him. That, I just can't get over that. Why would you want to stay in a system like that? Why would you want to be a part of that? Guess what? Your Christian pastors, you the same. You the same as those black cops that's in that system. You get into Christianity thinking, oh, this is my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do. Guess what? You got to go to seminary school. Who was teaching these seminary schools? Who was the founder of these seminary schools? The white man. And then guess what? You learned their ideology on how to teach the Bible. And now you deceiving the whole flock. You deceiving the Lord's people. At some point, you got to realize what you're doing is wrong. At some point, you got to realize, damn, man. And you know what? There has been some pastors. We got them on camera. We got them on video saying how wicked the church is and how, it's no good. And they got out of that place. But some of you pastors, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. For the rest of you, so-called black pastors, they call on, you supposed to be the so-called hedges, the gates in the community. You're supposed to be the protectors of the community. You're supposed to be on the forefront of the war. Yet and still, you on the back end taking side bets from the enemy. You on the back end collecting money from the enemy to further, help them in this war against us. That is a traitor. That is a coon. That is wicked as hell, man. Where we at, man? Salakia.
Book of Matthew chapter 12, verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places.
When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places. So when that spirit, okay, what does it mean when it says he walketh in dry places? Why is it walking in dry places? Keep reading right quick.
Seeking rest.
Seeking rest. Why is it walking through dry places, seeking rest? What does that mean? Read it again.
It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest.
Why is it saying that? When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh in dry places, seeking rest. You close, not peace. What is that? Okay, we just think about what we just read. What is your temple? Your what? Your body. Your body is the temple. And it's also I almost gave the answer. Good night. Okay, your body is the temple, and what dwells in the temple? Oh, no, stay with, okay, the kingdom is within you, yes. But we also said the what? The spirit of who? The spirit of, no, the spirit of the Lord, or, you said it last time. No. It's either one or the other. It's either, I almost said it. The spirit of the Lord or a demon or demons, right? So now, your temple can either be filled with the spirit of the Lord or it can be filled with demons. When an unclean spirit goes out of a man, what has it left? Huh? No, the unclean spirit is the demon. Hold on, I know you know I was wrong, so I'm trying to avoid asking you because I know you're going to give the answer. I'm trying to ask the sisters because, we're learning, we're teaching. And if somebody online got the answer too, go ahead and you can interact and give me the answer. So when an unclean spirit is what? What a mic. Y'all use the mic if I could, because this is a teaching tool for everybody that's listening. So the unclean spirit is?
The demon.
The demon. So when the demon goes out of a man, what is it leaving? No. What is your temple?
Your body.
Your body. So your body is the host for either the spirit of the Lord or the spirit of demon. A temple is also a what? Think about what a temple is. Remember when Solomon built a what? When I read
House.
a what? A house. Okay. When the unclean spirit leave out of a man, it's leaving its what?
House.
It's leaving its house. That's why it's seeking rest. It's walking in dry places. What are the dry places? Everywhere but his house, his home. He becomes homeless. When the unclean spirit leaves out of a man, it's leaving his house. He's become homeless. That's why it says seeking rest. Where do you get rest? At home. You get your rest at home. That demon don't have no rest though. So now keep reading.
Khan, verse 44.
Mm-hmm.
Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out.
You see that? Now I will return unto my house. So if that unclean spirit was in you at one time, that was his house. He trying to, when you get rid of that unclean spirit, guess what? Now it becomes a nomad. It's just a dweller. You know what I'm saying? It's just walking through dry places seeking rest. Now it says, you know what? I'm tired of this. I want to go back home. So he come back. He come back to where you were. And when I say you, I'm not talking about any individual. I'm talking just in general. So now when it comes back, it does what? Go ahead.
Khan. And when it's come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished.
Why is it empty, swept, and garnished? What does it mean by that? Remember, this is your house. It's his house, that demon.
Because now it's clean.
It's clean. You didn't change. You didn't went from that old man that you used to be, that old wicked person that you used to be, and cleaned yourself up. So now when that demon come back, he like, dang, okay, things didn't change around here. it ain't how I left it. I don't like this feeling. This ain't my house. This ain't how I left it. I don't feel home. When your house changed, right? Like, have you ever moved from a place that you used to call home, and then you go back and see how somebody else has decorated it, or how it, even on the outside, even an apartment. Let's say you had an apartment. When you go back, it's not the same because you know somebody else is what? Living there. So now, does that apartment feel like home again when you go back to see it? No, it don't feel like home no more because you know somebody else is living there. You understand, right? That's how that demon feel. That demon like, man, wait a minute. This ain't how I left it. Because the spirit of the Lord is in that place at the time. So he come back, he like, wait, this is clean. I don't like it clean. I like it dirty. I'm an unclean spirit. I don't like cleanliness. You understand? Y'all understand the metaphor, right? I don't like cleanliness. I like uncleanness. I like adultery. I like homosexuality. I like smoking weed. I like eating pork. I like all those things. That's what I like my house to be about. I don't like for it to be about righteousness and, I don't like this. So guess what? I'm going to complain about it, man. My house is too clean. So you know what? I got to strategize. I got to figure out what can I do. And I'm not strong enough. Me by myself, I can't dirty this place up by myself. It's too much work. It's too clean. It's swept and garnished. Keep reading.
Kind of one con. Verse 45.
Mm-hmm.
Then goeth he and taketh himself, Salaki, and taketh with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself.
7 other spirits equal to himself.
More wicked.
Not only do they go get 7 more demons, but they go get 7 more demons. That unclean spirit go get 7 more unclean spirits more wicked than him. So it powers up. It go get, we got to jump it now. We got to jump them. It's too much. I need help dirtying this house back up. And I need some strong help. I need something that can tear down walls and demolition style. So I got 7 more spirits more stronger than me. And we're going to tear this house up. Go ahead.
And they enter in and dwell there.
Mm-hmm.
And the last state of that man is worse than the first.
Now, before that unclean spirit left out of that man, he was already bad. So if you have a weed problem, guess what? When you try to fix your life up, and you've been, let's say you stayed sober off of weed for 5 years, and then all of a sudden you backslide, and you just take one puff. Well, guess what? That one puff, now you done strengthened that demon 7 times now. So now they're going to come back. Now you're going to be way worse than you was off before. Now you're going to be smoking way more weed than you smoked before. Now you might start smoking crack because the weed may not be enough. Now you might start doing other stuff because the weed may not be enough. Because 7 more spirits are going to come in and dwell there. They're going to tear that house up so bad, it's going to be very hard to clean it up this time. It's going to be taking some strength to clean it up. And see, that's what's been happening to these Christian pastors. You know, their house is so dirty, they can't even get it clean. They too far. What, they in too deep now? They in too deep. They don't care about saving you. They just care about the money. They just care about the sin. They live in sin. Those demons on them, those evil spirits and unclean spirits on them, that's all they care about is wickedness and iniquity. That's why these Christian pastors, that's why the Christian church is not the place for you. Now, you got to decide what side are you on. You got to decide, do I want salvation for my people? Do I care about salvation for myself? Do I care about, do I care about what is going to happen to us? You know, you're going to be living your best life, and then Christ's going to bust through them clouds, and you're going to literally, you are going to use the bathroom on yourself. I'm trying to keep it PG-13. You are going to use the bathroom on yourself in every way possible because you out here just living your best life. You out here just YOLO. And guess what? Christ's going to come back, and you're going to be like, God damn, wait a minute. You ain't going to know what to do. Why even take a chance? Why take a chance when you can truly come back to your culture? You can truly come back to this Bible and live it the way the Lord intended for you to live it. Come back to your true culture and heritage. They stripped everything from us. Remember that. Understand that. I'm not just talking. You can go research this for yourself. They stripped everything from us. They took our language. They took our culture. They took everything, man. They whitewashed everything. They got Christ, our King, in the damn churches looking white. They got a picture of him. We ain't got the picture right here on hand, but it's not Christ at all. It's a picture of it's actually a picture of a man that actually really existed named Caesar Borgia, and he was a damn homosexual. They got Christ depicted as a homosexual, and you telling me that this is the place you should be in? You should be in the Christian church when they got white Jesus in the church hanging from a cross? But the Bible clearly depicts him as a black man. But you belong there, right? And even if the church say, okay, well, we're going to take this white image and paint him black, all you did was make a black Caesar Borgia. Because it still looked like Caesar Borgia. He just got some bronze skin. That is not Christ, man. Don't be fooled. Because that's what they are. Like, they words are smoother than butter, but war is in their hearts. They don't care about you, man. So whose side are you going to be on? We got to stop. We got to get out these Christian churches. Hell, you'll do better at home reading the Bible than going to the Christian church. You'll do better. You'll do better doing that. Now, of course, I would advise you to, come into these classes, whether online or in person, because here's where you truly gonna learn about your culture. Here's where you truly gonna learn how to be, the man or woman of God that you're supposed to be, according to the scriptures. We don't pull scriptures and we don't have a whole full service. No, we don't have a choir. No, we don't have drums. We don't have all that entertainment, because learning about your culture and learning how to be a righteous man is not about entertainment. It's not about how well I speak and how I can captivate a crowd. That's not going to get us out this hell. What's going to get us out this hell is me holding you accountable, me holding myself accountable, me walking in righteousness, me teaching you how to walk in righteousness. When I say me, I'm talking about every priest and prophet of the Lord. That's what's going to get us out this hell, not about how well I speak, not about how I can hoop and holler and have a towel and be dapping my forehead and be like, I said, I told him so. He didn't walk, but he had to run. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just saying a bunch of stuff that you told him to walk, but he had to run. What does that even mean? What are you doing? What are we saying? What are we doing here? Like, y'all, you can't tell me you ain't never been in the church and, like, just be looking around like, what the hell? What? I mean, I don't understand. Like, what is you doing? He jumping up. I said, like, I don't get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Just because it's, one of the greatest shows, on earth at that time on a Sunday outside of football, you understand what I'm saying? Like, that don't mean that's the place you're supposed to be. We got to start holding each other accountable, I used to go to church myself. When I was, like I said, I was real, I'm talking about heavy in the church. I was a part of the youth program, the step team, the choir. I was at every youth event. I was going to the camps, the camping. We go out to the woods and hiking and all this other stuff, the summer camp, all that. I was really in there. But what was I really doing? I wasn't doing, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have no good intentions. I was there for the girls. I'm gonna keep it real. Those lock-ins, if y'all know about the church, you know about those lock-ins. Behind the bleachers, all that. I'm just gonna keep it real. That wasn't a place where, you know what I'm saying, like the spirit, that wasn't the spirit of the Lord. You know what I mean? That just was not the place to be. You go there to get a fix. And you go there to get a fix because we mess up so much in our daily lives. So you feel like this is the only place that's going to deliver me from my evils. When you get baptized, you go down in the water as a sinner. You come up as a sinner. Don't nothing change. All you did was got dipped in water. You just took a dip in the bathtub with no soap in it. That's all. Just some water, and you just go, you get dipped in it, and you come back up. Ain't nothing really changed. It's psychological. It's a mental thing. You think getting dipped in the water changes you. That's not the case. Being baptized for real is being taught. That's what baptism is. Being taught, the washing of the word. You understand? Washing of the water by way of the word. That word is that water, that bread. The scriptures, being taught again, being taught the Bible, that's baptism. Not getting dipped in the... Tell me, okay, if a homosexual get dipped get baptized, get dipped in the water, does that homosexual all of a sudden become straight? He go down a dry homosexual, and he come back up as a wet homosexual. In fact, the first thing he probably think about when he come out the water is some rod. You understand what I'm saying? Don't nothing change. Like that damn dude, he was a homosexual, and he was on social media. He was like, I've been delivered. And then guess what? After a few more little segments, he was back homosexual again. He ain't been delivered. You ain't gonna change by getting dipped in no water. That's not gonna change you. What's gonna change you is being taught the right way and wanting to change. You have to want it. You have to say, you know what? I know what I've been doing is wrong. Absolutely wrong. I gotta stop this. I gotta clean my house. I got to clean my house. Your Christian pastors can't do this because of their pride. All these other so-called Christian groups can't do this because of their pride. They don't want to clean themselves up. How can you go and teach your people when you are dirty inside? It just don't work. All right? Where we at? Keep going. Oh, so we done with that. Give me Mark 2:23.
Wakanda, this is the book of Mark, chapter 2, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass that he went through the cornfields on the Sabbath day.
Now I'm finna bring out some instances about these coons, right? Because these coons, like, you know what I'm saying, if you always going against the truth, if you always going against your people, how can you be for your people? How? You know, we just got on this platform called Clubhouse. I'm gonna say I've been on it for about a month or so. And I mean, and not just Clubhouse, it's really on any social media or in everyday life. You see these people that so-called for the people. They for blacks, they for the movement, they for the advancement and the liberation of blacks, but they be torn in between the two. How can you call yourself a black conservative? You a black conservative, but you for your people. That don't even make sense. You'll be the type of person that'll vote for Donald Trump when you know Donald Trump is a clear racist. Joe Biden is a clear homosexual, a clear child predator. He's a damn molester, Chester. How you gonna vote for? First of all, you can't be for your people and against your people at the same time. So these Pharisees, right? This is what I'm gonna bring out. These Pharisees were Jews. They were, of the Jews, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. But they always came against Christ, even though Christ proved to be who he was. He proved to be the Savior. He proved that the Lord was with him by performing the miracles, teaching what he taught, doing what he do, just like what we do in the Isupk. We carry on the Spirit of Christ, and they hate us. And there's always somebody coming up against us, trying to combat us. Those are the same spirit that's on these coons today, your Christian pastors, or whoever, a black conservative. That's the same spirit that's on these Pharisees and Sadducees. Just watch. Read what you got. Y'all gonna see for yourself what I mean. If you ever had somebody where you trying to teach them, tell them the Bible, and you know it's true, even if you say, "No, them ISUPK brothers, they bringing out something right." Then you got that first black person be like, "Wait, I don't know. What about this? They're teaching that. That ain't right." That is a damn coon. This is what these Pharisees were. Read what you got.
And his disciples began as they went to pluck the ears of corn.
Where we at? Start from the top,
Salakia. Verse 23. And it came to pass that he went through the cornfields on the Sabbath day.
Now this is the Sabbath day, right? So, the Sabbath is a day of rest. It's a rest for us, though. It's not a rest, for the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. The Sabbath day is a rest for us. It's for us to be chilling and not doing no servile work and, not having to be forced to do anything. It's for us to chill and, just do what we do. Whatever you do, long as it's lawful, long as it's not a sin. But it's your day of rest. It's for you. Go ahead.
And his disciples began as they went to pluck the ears of corn. Verse 24, and the Pharisees said unto him.
You see that? The Pharisees, and it seems like they always come out of nowhere. You be out here doing good. You be out here doing your thing. You be on Clubhouse. You teaching the truth. You bringing out these scriptures. You understand? You talk about how, black people, you understand what I'm saying? We need to come together. We need to do this. We need to put our resources together. And then here come the coon. Here come the Pharisees out of nowhere. They just pop up in the room. Bloop. You understand what I'm saying? They just pop up in the room, or they just pop up on you like, hey, brother, I heard you saying, you're supposed to come together, but, what about this? They always have an opposing view. Anytime somebody wants to oppose you, even though you know what you're saying is the truth, and even though people, y'all, the witnesses see that it's the truth, when you see somebody trying to come up against that, they're a coon. And it be your own people. Pharisees were the Jews. They like Christ was a Jew. The Pharisees was a Jew. As blacks, we are the real Jews. So it be your own people to come up against you, man. Those people, those police officers, those black cops, you can't stand for Black Lives Matter and then say Blue Lives Matter too. You can't say Black Lives Matter and then all lives matter too. You can't say, oh, yeah, I'm for, being fruitful and multiplying, but you sitting up here talking about, but I stand with the LGBT. How? That does not make sense. How can you be about being fruitful and multiplying when the homosexual community, they don't multiply? Man on man can't multiply nothing. Woman and woman can't do nothing. What are you multiplying? You just multiplying sin on sin. That's what you're doing, sin upon sin upon sin. That's all you can multiply. A man and a man can't make no damn baby. Neither can a woman and a woman. And the Lord say be fruitful and multiply. Go ahead.
Behold, why do they on the Sabbath day that which is not lawful?
Say that again.
Behold, why do they on the Sabbath day that which is not lawful?
And this is what the Pharisees said. So they plucking the ears of corn, they hungry. They just plucking some corn. It ain't no servile work. Nobody's forcing them to work. They're not doing this work for, a paycheck. They're not slaving right now. This is just them hungry. I'm going to get some corn. I want to pluck, get some food. I just need to eat. They're not doing any servile work. But the Pharisees, here they come. Well, why do you do that on the Sabbath day, which is not lawful? What the hell? Like, why are you worried? Why are you bothering me? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to eat. That's what what are you doing? What is your purpose? That's what you got to ask them. Instead of trying to, feed into their combative spirit, you got to ask them, what is your purpose? What are we doing here? Like, really, what is your goal here? Because your goal, obviously, is not to liberate the people. Your goal is not to help nobody. When you read this scripture, they're coming to him, asking him, why are they plucking corn on the Sabbath? What is that going to do for the people? How's that going to help anybody? Y'all, you see what I'm saying? It's something petty. It's something real small. They trying to eat. You coming over there to battle. What are you battling for? This ain't even going to benefit. Like, usually when a battle occurs, it's to try to get the people to see the two sides and they can see the truth come out within that battle, right? But if you battling me over plucking some damn corn to eat, how is that beneficial to the people? You see what I'm saying? They're being contentious just to do it. That is a coon. Keep reading.
Verse 25. And he said unto them, have ye never read what David did when he had need and was hungered, he and they that were with him?
Yeah. So y'all familiar with the story with David, right? What he did on the Sabbath? Y'all familiar with that? We're going to get it. He going to briefly speak. You had something?
No, I'll
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, when David came in and ate the showbread.
Mm-hmm. They him and who else?
His men.
His men. They all came in there and they was hungry. They ate the showbread. You understand what I'm saying? What is the showbread? The showbread, ain't that what they set up on the altar for the Sabbath and stuff like that when they was going there? Because that stuff usually get it's like an offering, right? So he hungry. So I ain't finna go hungry. I'm finna eat that. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. So Christ cut him. Christ saying, do you not remember the story, like what happened with David? Christ always used the Old Testament in instances, because remember, the New Testament wasn't around when Christ was walking. He was the new, like when Christ was living, the New Testament hadn't been written. So all he had to reference was the Old Testament. But he always used to go bring it back to the prophets of old. Well, you're not familiar with what happened with David when he went in with his men and they ate the showbread? Go ahead.
Verse 26. How he went into the house of God in the days of Abiathar the high priest, and did eat the showbread, which is not lawful to eat, but for the priest,
You see that? It was not lawful to eat, but for the priest. Go ahead.
and gave also to them which were with him.
And gave also unto them which were with him. When you don't sin, there's no punishment. Sin is the transgression of the law. And every time someone sinned in the Bible, what happened to them?
They were put to death.
Or no, not
punished.
They were punished. It was a punishment that happened. So if there was no punishment carried out, then there was no sin. Where there is no law, there is no sin. So David eating the showbread, him and his men was not punished for that. So obviously that means the Lord deemed it fit to be lawful to do on the Sabbath. Just like them plucking the ears of corn. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 27, and he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man.
The Sabbath was made for man. Listen, this Sabbath was made for me to rest and do what I do as long as it's lawful. It wasn't made for, like man wasn't made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for the man. Go ahead.
And man not for the Sabbath.
Mm-hmm.
And not man for the Sabbath. Verse 28, therefore the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath.
So therefore the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath, meaning like the Sabbath was I'm bigger than the Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? I'm the Son of Man. Like Christ is saying, I'm Lord of the Sabbath. Meaning I wasn't made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for me. Just like the world was made for our sakes. You understand what I'm saying? Like this is our earth. This belongs to us. The world we don't belong to the world. The world belongs to us. When I say that, it kind of reminds me of what Drake was like saying, like I hid my kid from the world, not the world from my kid. It just reminds me of that when he said that, like the world was not made. I wasn't made for the world, but the world was made for me. So he cut him right there. He told him, listen, it ain't nothing wrong with picking corn to eat on the Sabbath. That's just not a sin. So go to Whataburger on the Sabbath if you're hungry. If you're hungry, don't starve. Turn on that microwave, put that burger that you got from the corner store, go and pop it in that microwave and push them but beep, 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 beep. Go and turn that microwave on. Go and turn on that stove. It's not unlawful. You're not doing any servile work by turning on that stove or pressing that button on that microwave. You're not doing no servile work. So it's lawful to do that. Don't be sitting in your house with no lights on, eating cold bologna sandwiches. That gotta be the most horrible. Like y'all eating cold bologna sandwiches and cereal for a whole day. That's horrible, man. You understand? The kids probably looking like, I'm tired of bologna sandwiches, mama. You know what I'm saying? You got them kids in there suffering, man. That's horrible. You wasn't made for the Sabbath. The Sabbath was made for you. Don't suffer on the Sabbath. Eat your food. As long as you're doing something lawful, it is not a sin. Does that make sense? Everybody understand? Everybody get it? But see, them coons, they're going to try to come up against you. Man, no, with the ISUPK teacher, you better not turn on that stove. You just referring back to this scripture right here. All right, give me Amos chapter 3, verse 1.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You see that? You only have I known out of all the families of the earth. The Lord ain't dealing with the white man. The Lord ain't dealing with the Asians. He ain't dealing with the Africans. He ain't dealing with the Arabs. You only have I known out of all the families of the earth. Stop trying to give your love to everybody. Stop trying to force people to love everybody. You can't be a bed wench. You can't be you can't be, for black power, but you over here got a white woman on the side. You know better than Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King had a dream that little white girls and little black boys hold hands because that's what he was doing in that hotel room when he got caught. The FBI came out with the articles. They had the receipts. The FBI came out with the receipts, and he was caught up with two white women talking about call me a nigga now. Call me a nigga now. He in having sex with the white women, telling him, call me a nigga now. Just could you imagine that? This is supposed to be our black leader. That's supposed to had a dream. He had a dream of integration because it was to fulfill his own lust. He wanted to come together so it wouldn't be looked at bad. It wouldn't look at as bad whenever he decided to come together with two white women. That's what he was doing. He was doing more than holding hands, though. You understand? Then he said, call me a nigga now. That just made it worse. Good night. But you was on the this man was on the forefront, the Million Man March and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying? All the things I heard growing up. I didn't know that this man that was him. And then he even said that he feared that he integrated our people into a burning house. Meaning he knew integration was wrong, but he wanted to fulfill his own lust. That's a coon. That is a Hakuna Matata. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's horrible, man. Go ahead.
Khan. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. Verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Listen, you can't be over here talking about Black Lives Matter and then all lives matter at the same time. Because if I'm all about Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, I'm not going to be about nobody else. Right. Like, my love is so strong for my people, I don't have enough love to give to everybody else. There's no love. It's not enough love to go around. I got so much love for my people that it's not enough love to go around because my people need the love. My people need the help. My people need the salvation. What do the Europeans need salvation from? Tell me, what do they need saving from? They got their own army. They run the earth. I mean, damn, the scriptures say the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. They got the earth. It's theirs right now. What do they need saving from? What do the Arabs need saving from? They over there picking fights with Israel. What do they need saving from? What do the Asians need saving from? They got the whole, they are the pretty much in the trade market. China is pretty much like the leading, nation as far as trading goods. Every country on the earth got a piece of China's goods. If you go look on man, this cup was probably made in China. You understand what I'm saying? Or Korea, or somewhere in Asia. Like these statues, like everything is made in Asia, China. Your TV, you got a Samsung, it was made in Asia somewhere. If you got an iPhone, whatever, I don't give a damn, the parts in it, even if it says American made, there's parts in it that came from China or Korea or wherever, country is over there. So what we got to understand is they don't need saving from nobody. They have their own army too. Matter of fact, they have the largest army. I know y'all read that in the history books growing up. China has the largest army as far as people. So what do they need saving from? What do the Africans need saving from? Even Africans got their own army. Hell, they fighting each other. What they need saving for? I'm not worried about what's going on in Africa. I do know my people are scattered amongst the four corners of the earth, but guess what? I can only focus on the ghettos here in Houston, Texas. I can only focus on the ghettos here in Chicago where my people are suffering. I can only focus on Flint, Michigan, where my people still don't have clean water. I can only focus on Harlem, New York, where my people are suffering in the ghettos, getting stopped and frisked and getting killed. I can only focus on Minneapolis, Minnesota, where my people are getting killed and knees are getting put on their neck. I can only focus on that, man. I can only focus on Florida, where our young brothers are getting hunted and gunned down with a pack of Skittles in Arizona. That's what I can only focus on that. I can't focus on what's going on everywhere else. Guess what? If our people are scattered wherever they at, the Lord is going to be with them. They need to come back to these law, statutes, commandments. And we getting broadcast all over the earth. We got schools all over the earth. So guess what? If it's of the Lord, our people will find us. Our people will find him. They will come back to the Lord. But I got to focus on what's going on over here. These coons want to love everybody. They want to love the Africans. Well, our people's in Africa. Man, them African Amazon queens look so beautiful. That's because you trying to fulfill your own lust, just like Martin Luther King. So now that you feel like Africans are beautiful, you want to make all Africans Israel. You want to just say, oh, that's an African? No, you know what? She could be Israel. You know, I could date her. That's fulfill. You know what, man? That's so horrible, man. You trying to fulfill your own lust. You trying to fit where you trying to make your own doctrine because you love white women so much. You trying to say, no, you know, they could be grafted in. They the Gentiles that the Bible speak of. They could be grafted. You understand what I'm saying? That's horrible, man. When the Lord says separate from these people, vengeance is going to come upon these people. The Lord hates Esau. But you want to join your people with these people, man. That's a coon. Keep reading, man. Like you. Sometimes I be getting in the spirit. I be going. It says, can two walk together except they be agreed? Me and you can't walk together. I can't rock with no coon, man. I can't mess with you. I can't get down with you. I don't want no parts of you. Yeah, I love my brothers. You know what I'm saying? But all skin folk ain't your kinfolk.
Right.
The scripture also says, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye shall do. So don't come to me talking about, well, I'm still your brother, or don't come to me talking about, well, shouldn't you still love them, the coons, as your brother? Man, listen, I ain't dealing with you. I'm separating from you too, because you'll leave me in a burning house. Because you got the spirit of Satan on you, man. You got them demons on you, them unclean spirits I don't want no part of. I'm separating from you. So don't come to me trying to tell me to be unified with a coon, man. Because a coon don't want nothing better for our people. A coon want to hurt us. They're more detrimental to us than helpful to us. Now, if they decide to say, hey, you know what I'm doing is wrong, and they take accountability, and they decide to clean their house, then you're my brother. But until then, the Lord be with you. Go ahead.
Kanawakan. Will a lion roar in the forest when he hath no prey?
You see that? Will a lion roar in the forest when he have no prey? When a lion roar, what is he doing? He's showing dominance. Well, if there's nothing there for him to show dominance over, is he going to roar? No, he not. So me and you can't walk together. It just can't happen. Go ahead. Like in everything we're finna read from here on out, it's like cause and effect. Cause and effect. This is like it's the Lord saying, well, you know, I'm doing the things that I'm doing to you because you are not following what I say do. So you can't cry out to me but still be sinning. You can't scream Black Lives Matter, but then, you know, you want to go be on the other side. You want to say all lives matter. That's why we keep getting gunned down in the street, because you got people like that always coming up against the people who really, truly care about their people. That's why the Lord is punishing us as a whole. We can't cry out saying, hey, Lord, help me, but I'm still eating pork. That don't make sense. Go ahead.
Kanawakan. Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing?
Keep going.
Can a bird fall into a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him?
What's a gin in this instance? Y'all familiar with this word? For time's sake, I'm gonna give it to you. Gin is there's multiple definitions for gin, but in this case, and you can look it up, it's talking about. Let me get the actual definition on Google. It says a snare for catching game. So now, gin could be a machine for separating cotton from its seeds, a machine for raising and moving heavy weights. We all also know about the alcohol gin, you know, the drink, the strong drink, and it says also a snare for catching game. So that's what this bird, it says, hold on, read that scripture again.
It says, can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no gin is for him?
So can a bird fall into a trap if there's no trap there? You see what I'm saying? No, a bird can't fall in a trap if a trap is there. So everything it's saying is cause and effect. You want to be a coon, I can't deal with you. If there's no lion, if there's no prey in the jungle, a lion won't roar. If there's no trap to catch this bird, then this bird can't fall into a trap. Go ahead.
Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all?
Can you even take up a snare in the earth if there's no snare there to take up? No. Go ahead.
Verse 6, shall a trumpet be blown in a city, and the people not be afraid?
What is a trumpet when a trumpet is blown in the city? What that signifies? You want to give it a shot, Jane? Cause I give him the microphone if I could. Baba Kashar, go get the microphone. Good night, this young man right here, man. This young man be paying attention in class, huh?
Boy,
Give him a hand. Give him the microphone again one more time. How old are you, Kazak?
8.
He's 8 years old, and he had to answer to this. And I'm very surprised that he actually had to answer. It means that the scripture says, train up a child in the way they should go, and they'll never depart from it. He was paying attention in class. He said when a trumpet is blown, that's a sign of war. That is absolutely correct. So it says, if a trumpet be blown and the people not be afraid. No, that's not the case. When you hear that trumpet, people are like, oh crap, it's time for war. Like it's gonna be a fear. Because nobody wants to die, right? And war brings death. You understand what I'm saying? So good, absolutely, Most High in Christ, Kazak, good job. Where we at? Keep reading.
Kanawakan, shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord have not done it?
You see that? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord had not done it? You know, the Lord create good and evil. So if there's evil done, then you know the Lord took place in it. Go ahead.
Surely the Lord God will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
He revealed his secret unto who?
Unto his servants, the prophets.
This is why we can confidently say in the ISUPK that we have the truth. And we are ordained to teach because we are the real priests and prophets of the Lord. Our houses are clean, swept and garnished. We don't go out here with iniquity in our house and go out trying to teach the people. Now, are the Christian pastors ordained to teach? No, they're not ordained to teach. Why? They what? No, stay on topic. What did I just say? In the ISUPK, we are ordained to teach this truth because our houses are clean. Are the Christian pastors ordained to teach this truth? And why not? Their houses are dirty. Give her a hand. That's why. Their houses are dirty. How can they teach the truth when they don't have the truth in them? Their houses are unclean. Can two walk together unless they be agreed? Your house can't be clean and dirty at the same time. It's either one or the other. You can't have the Spirit of the Lord in you and the spirit of Satan in you at the same time, or demons in you at the same time. You can't have a clean spirit and evil spirits in you at the same time. It don't work like that. Keep reading. Oh, Salaka, read that one more time.
Kanawakan, verse 7, surely the Lord God will do nothing.
You don't need the Most High to give you a sign. You know what the sign of the Lord is? Keep reading.
But he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets.
That's who he gives the signs to. That's who he revealed his secrets to. So you want a sign from the Lord? Listen to his prophets.
That's right.
That's what you do. You listen to the Lord's prophets. What happened with Noah? Noah was building a big, giant ark, which is a ship, in the middle of the forest. And these people had never seen rain before a day in their life at that point. They had never seen rain. So they're like, what is this? What are you doing? You're in the middle of the forest building. What is this you're building? What is going on? And he's telling the people, it's going to rain. Rain is coming. It's time to get yourselves together. The Lord, it's punishment and destruction coming. Get yourselves, clean your houses. Clean your houses. That's what the prophets are telling you. Clean your houses. That's what we do every day, man. In the ISUPK and the Commander General Hunter, but you have these coons to come up against us and to lead the people astray, to cause divisions. That's what they do. We're trying to tell you to clean your house. We're building this ark right here in America. We're building this ark, and we're telling you it's going to rain. It's a long, long rain coming. It's going to be horrible. You need to be prepared. You need to be prepared for when it comes, because when it comes, it's going to kill. It's going to destroy. But guess what? You don't listen to us. So what's going to happen? You don't listen to the prophets. Guess what? You're going to be just like them people that was outside of that ark when it started raining for 40 days and 40 nights. They're going to be banging. You're going to be banging on the door then. You're going to be wishing. Like, find me that precept where it says it's going to be a time where the prophets are not out there. I don't know. I'm paraphrasing it, but it's going to be a time where the prophets won't be out there no more. If somebody online got the precept, please type it in, Baba Kashaw. I don't have it on hand right now. I can't think of it. But it's going to be a time where the Lord will tell the prophets will send us. I'm paraphrasing it, but send a sign for us not to go on the streets and teach no more. Then you're going to be wishing that you saw us. You're going to be begging that you saw ISUPK on them corners, because we're not out there no more. When we ain't out there no more, then I don't know what. Listen, there's a saying amongst our people, like, look, I wash my hands. When a parent wash their hands of you, what that mean? When your mama say, you know what, I done washed my hands. You out there on your own. You done for. Whatever happened. You get locked up, who gonna bond you out? You gonna have to find somebody else to do it, because mama ain't doing it no more. Mama done washed her hands. She tired. She tired of visiting you in jail. She tired of bailing you out. You know what I'm saying? Your father tired of coming to your defense and having to defend you from, these knuckleheads down the street because you want to keep on stirring up ruckus. He tired of coming to your defense. He tired of getting wounded to save you. So he washed his hands. Well, guess what? It's going to be a time. If you haven't found that precept, no sweat. You got it? Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it. Maybe next week I'll have that precept for y'all. If somebody then typed it in the chat, we'll go from now. But I don't have it on deck. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna go too deep into it. But there's gonna be a time where we're not gonna be out there prophesying no more. And at that time, Lord be with you, because it's gonna be hell to pay. It's gonna be hell to pay. Where we at? We done with that one, right? Give me Luke 14:1. We got another instance of these damn coons. We got another instance of these Pharisees trying to come up against the Christ. Luke 14:1.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 1. And it came to pass, as he went into the house of one of the chief Pharisees to eat bread on the Sabbath day, that they watched him. Mm-hmm. And behold, there was a certain man before him which had the dropsy. Yeah.
So now it says, and it came to pass, as he went into the house of one of the chief Pharisees to eat bread on the Sabbath day, they watched him. So now he going into the house with the Pharisees, and they just looking at him. They trying to see what he gonna do. They just sitting back, being coons, just like, watch. Let me see what he finna do. Is he gonna heal this man? I'm gonna see. I bet if he heal him, we got him. That's how they was lurking and just be like, I know we finna get him, y'all. We got him cut. That's how they be doing. I had one dude, I got on Clubhouse. I had one dude, come in the room and, he come up with an opposing view, and then the dude was like, put that grenade back in your pocket. And he was like, I ain't have a grenade, I had a rocket launcher or something, he said. Like, that's what they go about their everyday life, looking to think that they can cut you on something. They think they got you. That's how these Pharisees is looking at Christ right now. Like, yeah, if he healed this person, we got him, because he don't supposed to do this on the Sabbath. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 3. And Yahushua answered, spake unto the lawyers and Pharisees, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day?
So now he already know. When he walked in and he seen the dude that needs to be healed, and he see the Pharisees looking at him, they trying to see what he gonna do, he already know. Oh, I see what this is. Oh, I see what this is. Like Denzel on Training Day, when he was like, oh, okay, I see what, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Christ was in that house. He was like, oh, okay, I see what this is. So he posed a question to them. Wait, so, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day? So they didn't know he was going to hit them with a question. They thought he was just going to go in straight heal. He's like, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day? So now they looking like, what the hell, keep reading?
And they held their peace.
So now they was like, they couldn't say nothing. it's just like when General Hyman, you know, it's been time with General Hyman to cut you. I seen it done like many times, and he'll say one little thing. He'll pose a question, or he'll say one little thing, and then he'll ask the question, and the person that he's talking to just be quiet, can't say nothing. They just stop dead in their tracks. They don't know what to say, and guess what? He'll give them about 10 seconds to answer, and when he don't get no answer, what he say? Shalom.
Right.
That's what Christ did. Christ asked him, like, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day? And it was silence in the room. And he was like, Shalom. And he went to go heal that man. Keep reading.
Kanawakan. And they held their peace, and he took him and healed him and let him go. Verse 5. And answered them, saying, which of you shall have an ass or an ox fallen into a pit?
So not only, he's adding salt to the wound. I already cut him. After he cut him, he went and healed the person. Now he's throwing salt on the wound. He asked him, which of you, read it again.
Kanawakan. Which of you shall have an ass or an ox fallen into a pit, and will not straightway pull him out on the Sabbath day?
So which of you have a donkey or ox that fall into a pit on the Sabbath day? Are you not going to go rescue? This is your animal. You want to see your animal suffering in the pit? This is your money maker. This is your animal. You can't go out and help this animal on a Sabbath? Which of you would do that? And neither one of them could even answer, because all of them would help that ass or that ox out of that pit on the Sabbath day. They would do it because that's their money. So guess what? They were stuck again. So he added salt to the wound, and then he probably hit them with another shalom. He said, which of you would not pull it? Keep reading. We're gonna see what the scripture says.
Kanawakan. Verse 6. And they could not answer him again to these things.
So again, they was caught dumbfounded, and they couldn't respond. So as he probably walking out the house, he hit him with a shalom. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing they could do. Like, that's what you got to do to a coon. You have to expose the coons. We have to expose them, and we have to even separate from them. Because you know why? Because they're going to be a detriment, man. It's just like Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman said, I could have freed more slaves if they only knew they were slaves. See, the coons of this world don't really believe that they slaves, man. They trying to fit in with America so bad, they call themselves black conservatives. Think about how that sounds. You a Uncle Ruckus. You a damn Uncle Ruckus, man. Man, come on, man. This is horrible, man. Give me Mark 3:23. I got one more precept after this, and we're gonna be out of here.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 23. And he called them unto him and said,
I got some questions online, so I'm gonna answer the questions online, and then we're gonna go ahead and let's just finish out. Go ahead.
Kanawakan. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan?
How can Satan cast out Satan? How can you be a part of these Christian groups and you got your house is unclean, but you instead of trying to tell somebody about their house being unclean? How can a Christian pastor teach the congregation and tell the congregation to clean up themselves, and he dirty himself? How can these so-called Christian groups, I won't, go into depth about it, but y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. How can these Christian groups, they be talking about, oh yeah, we Israelites, and we the chosen people, and they got fringes on their shirts. How can they tell you that you're supposed to be not sinning and following the law when they let Africans in their group? And these Africans end up killing our sisters, man. How can you be one of these so-called Christian groups and you let white people in your group when the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of?
That's right.
I just don't get it. How can you be, you trying to be one of these Christian groups talking about how we got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, but you teach that when a girl get on her flower, you can take her and you can have sex with her. I don't understand it. They getting their flower at 10 years old nowadays. So what does that mean? 10 and 12 and 14? So you teaching that you can rape. That's why the ISUPK say we are not affiliated. We're not affiliated. We're not saying that because we hate our brothers. We're saying that because we're separating ourselves because we don't want no parts of that. We don't want to be a part of no rape group. We don't want to be a part of a group that lets heathens in their group that kill our sisters. We don't want to be a part of that. We're not a part of that. Because guess what? Over here, our house is clean. And we're going to keep it clean. You want to be dirty, you go over there. You go over there where they teaching rape. You go over there where they let heathens in their group. That's where you go. But as for this house, we're not going to diminish what the Lord has put a spirit on Commander General Yohana. And he's passed down through these ranks. We're not going to diminish that. We're not going to water down the integrity of this group, of this one body, not group, Salakia. We're not going to water down the integrity of this one body. So, so you come asking us why we can't come together. That's why. Because we're going to separate ourselves from these coons. How can Satan cast out Satan? That don't even make sense. Satan casting out his own self? Keep reading.
Verse 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom can't stand. We can't have nobody in here that's causing divisions because it wouldn't be able to stand. That's why we're on solid ground here because we don't have nobody that can cause divisions among us. And we don't want to bring nobody in here that's going to cause divisions. Y'all understand what I'm saying, right? Keep going.
And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand.
Even a house, if the house be divided against itself, it can't stand. If the woman and the man ain't on the same accord, that house can't stand. Can two walk together unless they be agreed? You understand? Give me Matthew 12 and 30, and I'm done. Then I'm going to answer the question the sister got online, and then we're going to get up out of here.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 30.
This is what Christ said.
He that is not with me is against me.
If you're not about this one body, if you're not teaching the doctrine that we teaching, if you're not in here suffering like we suffering, if you're not putting your life on the line to save your people, if you want to come up against us, he is not with me is what?
Is against me.
If you're not with the ISUPK, you against us. If you're not with the Lord, then you against us. If you don't have the Spirit of Christ on you, then you against us. Because we have the Spirit of Christ here. We don't have unclean spirits over here. We got clean spirits. And anytime unclean spirits jump on somebody, guess what happens? The Lord ends up separating them from the body. That's what happens. When a brother come in here with unclean spirits, or he start getting unclean spirits, guess what? He ended up leaving the truth. He ended up leaving the truth because a house divided can't stand. And we will not let this house fall. We're not going to let it happen. We will sever a member of the body before we destroy the whole body. Does that make sense? That's why it says if your right hand offends you, cut it off. If your right eye offends you, pluck it out. Go ahead.
And he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
So if you ain't coming in this one body, don't ask us, can we come join anybody else? The truth stands solid. The truth is absolute. The truth never leaves itself. If the truth is here, why would we leave the truth to go anywhere else? So if anything, they need to come back. They need to come back home. They need to clean their house, and then they'll be welcomed back into that body. A member can't always be, put back on. A member can be cut off, and, there's ways to get that member back on that body. You would be amazed. But until that member decides to clean itself up, it can't be a part of the body, because what will happen if that one member is unclean? Then more spirits. What it say? How many? If a man come back, the spirit come back swept and garnished, 7 more spirits more wicked than them. Now just imagine if you had multiple members with these 7 spirits. That's 7 times. So it's a legion of demons coming to destroy this house. And Commander Junior Hunter won't allow that to happen. So he that is not with me is against me. And he who not gathered with me scatter abroad. So that's what happens. These coons, they not with us. They got to be scattered abroad. If you not for the advancement of black people and the solution, trying to provide a solution and resources to help the men who are, then you against us. You can't sit here and say, oh, I'm all about black people, but you want to be with the white man. You want to be with the white woman. It just don't work. It just can't happen. No man can serve two masters, lest they will love one and hate the other. So if you love the white man, guess what? You hate your people. If you love Asians and Africans and Arabs, you hate your people. That's in the Bible. All right, with that, let me go ahead and answer this question. Anybody got any questions in the room? Y'all good? Okay, Most High in Christ. The sister on Facebook, she says, let me make sure I get all the questions too. Hold on, it's logging. Well, I'm just gonna answer this question right now. It says, "Dear sir, I am true Baptist. I just don't believe in the Hebrew. You are preaching the right words. I respect you for what you're doing, but I just too jealous to see my husband have two wives. How can you? I'm assuming she said, how can you show me I am be like your number one wife? How can show me I am be like your number one wife?" Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, so you say okay. Let me help you out, sis. Give me Exodus 21:10. Okay, let me help you out, sis. First of all, before I even get that scripture, I understand you say you're a true Baptist, but you do somewhat believe in the Hebrew. So now you're saying that I'm teaching the right words and you respect what I'm saying, but you're just too jealous. So no matter what I teach you in these scriptures, in yourself, you're so like in your own, you know what I'm saying is right, but you just can't get over the fact within yourself, you're so jealous that you just can't see your man with more than one woman. Sis, that is normal. You understand what I'm saying? That's almost every single woman that comes into the truth. That's not, the spirit that's on you right now is not new. This is not the first time I've been, posed with this scenario, and, it's not nothing new. But what you have to understand, sis, is that even though you feel jealous at the thought of your man having more than one woman, you know that it's not wrong for him to have it. There is no sin against it. So if he wants it, he can have it. Now, give me Exodus 21:10. Now, this is something that he can do. This is the law. This is something that he's supposed to do, and this might help you out a little bit as far as your jealousy, because the one thing that a woman, and y'all sisters correct me if I'm wrong, the one thing a woman really, the thought of him having another wife, what bothers them the most is they feel like when he get this new wife, he's going to neglect me. He's getting this new wife to replace me, right? That's one of the things, one of the main things y'all think about when a man going to get a new woman. You don't want to be replaced. You don't want to feel like you're less than a woman. That's the reason why he's going to get another woman, right? Okay, well, maybe y'all may not feel this way, but can y'all agree that mainly women with that jealousy spirit, they feel like they're being replaced by another woman? So they're like, I couldn't stand to see him with another woman, because the things that he's doing with me, he's going to be doing that with this woman. So he's going to put me on a back burner. Because the first thing that they ask is, why you want another woman? Ain't I everything that you should want? Why would you want another one? So that's the feeling of, you're replacing me with her. I'm not good enough. You know what I'm saying? So I'm assuming that why this sister feels this way. She's jealous. She don't want to see her man with two women because she feel like she's enough for him. She does everything. She's his everything. So why would you want another? Sis, sometimes a man just want more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that simple. But give me Exodus 21:10.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 10. If he take him another wife.
So it says, if he take him another wife. It doesn't say if he get a new wife. It doesn't say if he left the old one and, got a new one. It says if he take him another wife, meaning he's adding. He's not subtracting. He's adding. Go ahead.
her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish.
Let me just sum this up in a nutshell. Meaning, he can't neglect the old woman when he get another woman. He can't make her feel less than his wife or lesser of his wife than before when he get another woman. So, brothers, I would advise you, if you decide to get another wife, if you want to get multiple wives, that ain't no sweat. Definitely get counsel before. And if you want it, then that's your God-given right. But make sure you're equipped to be able to handle the fact that your old woman, your first woman, or your previous wife, she still needs to feel wanted. She still needs to feel relevant. You can't get a new wife and neglect that one. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it's really meaning. So if the brother do it like that, sis, then, he doing it the right way. Now, how can he show you that you're his number one wife? Well, there's no such thing as equality in Israel, right? There's always a favorite. Even the Most High has a favorite people. He has a favorite flower. He has a favorite bird. He has a favorite everything. People if you are a parent and you have multiple children, there's gonna be a favorite amongst the children, no matter if they it's a fact. Like, if we listen, this is the home of the truth. If I can't sit in front of you and lie to you, then it would be the home of a lie. I'm not gonna sit up, not me. How am I not gonna get up here? I'm gonna tell you the truth. If there's multiple kids, there's a favorite among the kids. Now, sometimes that favorite can alternate depending on the behavior of the children. This week, you could be my favorite. Next week, that one could be my favorite. It just depends on your behavior. You think you're going to be my favorite if you always in timeout? If you always getting punished? You always bring home bad grades, but you supposed to be my favorite? No. It's the one who obeys me. That's who's my favorite. So, sis, if your man gets another wife, I would advise you to obey him. And you serve him like you should according to the Bible, and then maybe you may be his favorite. But, that's up to him. That's something that's in your household, sis. You know what I'm saying? I hate to just give it to you cutthroat like that, but that's what it is. There's no equality. So this week you may be his favorite. Next week she might be. I don't know. It just depends on your spirit. But like you said, you're so jealous, he may not favor you because the spirit that you have on you, that jealousy spirit. I suggest you get rid of that jealousy spirit. Coming to class, you said that you deal with the Baptist and the Hebrew. Well, again, we just talked about it. No man can serve two masters. You will hate the one and love the other. That's why you can't fully come into the spirit of him being able to have multiple wives, because you're still in you're still in the Christian church, sis. And what I'm saying is not to offend you. By no means I'm not trying to offend you. By all means, I'm trying to teach you and show you what's correct. If you in the church, get out the church, because the church is teaching you to have monogamy. But guess what? The pastor is sleeping with all these married women. You understand what I'm saying? The pastor got multiple wives in the church. They multiple wives or multiple husbands. It's just pure wickedness. So I advise you to get out that church, sis. You know what I'm saying? But, Lord be with you. Let me see if there's any more questions, because I know sometimes these questions don't be popping up. Okay, Most High in Christ, you said, I understand, thank you, and agree with you. Most High in Christ says, I'm glad you understand. I could provide you with that understanding. And I definitely advise you to come to class. We have classes every day. Get in class. If you in the Houston area, you can come to class. We here at 7701 Belford. Houston, Texas, 77061? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's where we at, 7701 Belford, Houston, Texas, 77061. That's where we at. That's our physical class if you're in Houston. If you're not in Houston, you can go to, you can find out the nearest school near you, and there you go. You can call that number and you can get in class. All right? So that's it on that. Let me check and see if we got any more questions that I haven't seen. We're going to get up out of here, y'all. Give me 1 second. Comments. Okay, I don't see no more questions on Facebook. Let me go on YouTube real quick. Don't see no questions on YouTube. All right, so Most High in Christ, that's going to be it. No questions in the room. We good. All right, with that, make sure you pay your tithes to the men of the Lord. www.isupk.com. Click the donation link. Pay your tithes. Again, the Christian church accumulate 82.5 billion, estimate of 82.5 billion a year, and with your money. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't care about you. Like, give your money. If you're going to give your money, give it to the priests and prophets of the Lord who actually working, boots on the ground in the communities, helping provide water in Flint, Michigan. The Detroit school is doing that. You understand? Houston, down here in Houston, we got a food drive every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. St. Louis got a food drive. Tennessee got a food drive. Florida, we got food drive. We got prison program. We got all these different programs. You understand what I'm saying? That require resources and money. You understand what I'm saying? We have all these schools that need new equipment to get this truth out. So if you're gonna give your money to the Christian church where they've accumulated $82.5 billion every year, then you could at least give, and they don't care nothing about you, you could at least give your money to the true priests and prophets of the Lord who actually showing you that they give a damn about you. You understand? And that's Commander General Yohana, and that's what he instilled in us. You understand? So pay your tithe to the men of the Lord, man. With that, go ahead. I'm going to pass the class to Officer Ron for the security announcements. Damn right. No sign Christ.
We are the ISUPK, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Mayasharah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is the memorial blowing of trumpets, which is the first day of the 7th month, which is Monday, September 6, 2021, out of the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 through 25. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And those are the security announcements. We got one more announcement. Brothers and sisters, Google search the school and request directions prior to departure to school. And also call the Google number. If you have, once arrived, click the website button, and if you have pictures, you can upload them there. And that concludes all announcements.
All right, with that, Imajim, which means to stand, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Madi Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatah, Yazamatah. Sorry. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. We're going to get an Imajim Shabbat sisters. Like this. Men of Israel. Men of Israel, Madi Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Shemal Latah by Hashem Yahushua. Yazamatah, dismissed. All right.